Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a recent announcement that Binance made yesterday about introducing Project Galaxy or the GAL token on Binance Launch Pool. Farm GAL by staking BNB, BUSD, and Cake, right? So before we talk about the Binance Launch Pool project Galaxy, I want to talk to you guys about Gateio. Gateio is a centralized exchange that's known for listing low market cap gem tokens way before they get listed on various centralized exchanges such as Binance or Coinbase. What this means is if you have a Gateio account and if you invest in these low market cap gem tokens, you stand a chance to make 10, 20, 50 or even 100x gains on these cryptos, right? And if you don't have a Gateio account, I highly recommend you guys to use the link in the description to set up your Gateio account today so that you can not just make some really good gains on these cryptos, but you can also use some of their popular tools such as copy trading, giveaways, and NFT boxes in order to further increase your profitability as well, right? And by using the link in the description to set up a Gateio account, you are also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank you in advance. So going back to the Binance announcement page, so what is the announcement reading as? So Binance is excited to announce the 30th project on Binance Launch Pool, which is Project Galaxy or the GAL token, a Web3 credential data network. Users will be able to stake their BNB, BUSD, and Cake in separate pools to farm GAL tokens over 30 days, with farming starting from 29th of April, 0 a.m. UTC. So Binance is basically known for listing tokens through their Binance Launchpad or Launch Pool, and Launch Pool is basically different from Launchpad in such a way that you have to stake one of the many tokens that they usually offer, which usually includes BNB or BUSD, and usually a third token, in this case it's Cake tokens, in order to stake in separate pools to earn their launch pool token. In this case, it's the Galaxy token, right? So this token is basically aiming to be the Web3 credential data network, which we'll look into further, right? So over a period of 30 days, starting from today, you can stake your BNB, BUSD, and Cake tokens on Binance's launch pool for the separate pools that these tokens have and earn GAL tokens passively. And this will be from 0 a.m. UTC, right? So Binance will then list GAL into the innovation zone at 5th of May 5th of May, 12 p.m. UTC, and start trading with GAL BTC, GAL BNB, and GAL USDT, as well as GAL BUSD trading pair. So they will then list the GAL tokens in the innovation zone on the 5th of May 2022. And during this time, you can still passively earn the GAL tokens by staking in their launch pool, right? And they will usually open trading with different trading pairs, which usually includes BTC, BNB, BUSD, and USDT. And that's the same thing for this token as well, right? So the launch pool details are as follows. Token name is Project Galaxy or the GAL token. Total token supply is 200 million tokens. Launch pool token rewards basically accounts for 1.5% of the total token supply, which is 3 million GAL tokens. Initial circulating supply upon launch would be 35.1 million tokens, which is about 17.58% of the total token supply. The smart contract address is both on Ethereum as well as Binance Smart Chain, so it's a dual chain token, and there is no upper limit for staking, but you do need to do KYC, right? So here, if we scroll below, we can see that they have provided further allocation for the different pools. Stake BNB and you can earn a small portion of about 2.1 million GAL tokens, which is allocated for this particular pool, which is 70% of the overall pools that's supported. Stake Cake and you can earn a small portion of 600,000 GAL tokens in rewards, which is about 20% of the total rewards allocated for this pool, for the overall pools. And Stake BUSD, which will give you a small portion of 300,000 GAL tokens in rewards, which is about 10% of the total rewards, right? So the farming period is from 29th of April 0 am UTC all the way till 28th of May 11:59 p.m. UTC. So this is the timing, and you can basically start staking right away on Binance. So the distribution will also change depending on what periods you stake. So if you stake from 29th of April, which is from today, all the way till 5th of May, the rewards that will be distributed will be at the maximum level for each and every pool. So if you see for GAL, total daily rewards will be 214,000 tokens on a daily basis will be allocated for different pools, out of which 150,000 will go to the BNB pool, 42,800 to the cake pool, and 21,400 to the BUSD pool, right? And the rewards start decreasing. In fact, it significantly decreases after the 5th of May. From 6th of May all the way till 28th of May, you get overall 65,200 GAL tokens for all the pools in total, out of which 45,600 goes to BNB, 13,043 tokens goes to cake pool, and 6,521 tokens to the BUSD pool, right? So this is how it's kind of like distributed. And if we scroll below, you can read more information about the overall Binance launch pool and how you can be aware of what you need to do and what you shouldn't do, right, to get the best out of your tokens and to get the highest staking rewards. So as always, let's go to the Binance researchers page for the project Galaxy token, where they have important information, which is also a place where you can do your own in-depth research for understanding this project better, right? So a Web3 credential data network, this is basically the this major selling statement for this project. So Project Galaxy is a Web3 credential data network which is built on an open and collaborative infrastructure. Project Galaxy helps Web3 developers and projects leverage digital credential data and NFTs to build better products and communities. So they are essentially an open and collaborative infrastructure project that helps Web3 developers as well as other projects to leverage digital data credentials and NFTs, to build cooler and better projects for the communities, right? So that's the main focus of this particular platform. Project Galaxy enables curators to aggregate credentials through multiple data sources on-chain and off-chain. So you can do this on-chain and off-chain, and they enable curators to aggregate the credentials, and this is done through multiple data sources. So they don't rely on just one data source, they rely on multiple data sources to curate and aggregate the credentials both on-chain and off-chain, right? So Project Galaxy empowers developers to leverage credentials through application modules, Credential Oracle, and Credential API. So there's a lot of credential-based leveraging of information here, and they use the application modules, Credential Oracles, and Credential APIs to get this information, right? So when it comes to the native token, GAL is the native token of this project, and it is a native utility as well as a governance token as always, and they have the following use cases, right? So the first major use case is governance. Obviously it's a governance token, so they have governance use case. GAL token holders can vote on Project Galaxy's Galaxy DAO's governance proposal. So for people who hold the GAL tokens, they can become a part of the DAO, and definitely vote on the governance proposals that's happening within their platform, right? The second use case is paying for fees. So developers who aim to utilize Galaxy's credential data will be charged in GAL. So this is mostly for developers and not for regular users. So as a developer, if you are trying to utilize Galaxy's credentials, you need to pay a fee, because that's the incentive for I think the node operators as well as the stakers to keep staking and keep running the node, right? So you are paying a fee to use the service, and that fee is paid in the form of GAL tokens, right? So the third use case is curating credentials. Curators are incentivized to stake GAL tokens to signal a credential dataset's value. So as we mentioned, the fee that's paid by developers goes to the curators, who are basically incentivized to stake and obviously secure the network, and in return they get fees in the form of GAL tokens, which is basically to signal a credential data set's value, right? Each credential data set will include a revenue stream that will be split between credential stakeholders pro rata. So each and every credential data set will basically consist of a revenue stream which will be equally split between credential stakeholders in the pool pro rata, right? And Project Galaxy consists of the following major components working in conjunction. So just like any other platform, they have multiple different components working together to effectively make the platform function properly, right? So some of the components include Credential Data Network, which is Project Galaxy's infrastructure, supports curators contributing credentials through multiple data sources. So they have their infrastructure that supports curators who contribute credentials through multiple data sources, which includes on-chain credentials, as we saw before, as well as off-chain credentials. So for on-chain credentials, you contribute data from 7 different chains with subgraph queries or wallet snapshots. So you can basically contribute data from about 7 different chains, which can be like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, or and so on and so forth, up to 7 different chains with subgraph query or wallet snapshots. And off-chain credentials basically contribute data through Galaxy's integrated data sources, such as Twitter, GitHub, or Discord. So off-chain obviously involves gathering data from off-chain platforms such as Twitter, GitHub, and Discord, right? So the next component is application modules. So Project Galaxy offers several application modules to help Web3 projects build better projects and more engaging communities. So the main focus is to build Web3 projects that can in turn build better projects and more engaging communities around them, right? So the first one is Galaxy OAT, or On-Chain Achievement Token, a solution to distribute NFT badges to communities as a record of participation in a gasless function. So they are trying to distribute NFT badges to communities through Galaxy OAT, or On-Chain Achievement Token, and this is acting as a record of participation in a gasless fashion. So that's pretty cool. And Galaxy NFT, so this enables communities to leverage credentials with gamified NFT campaigns to better reward and engage users. So they are trying to provide NFTs or use NFTs as a means to make people get engaged as well as reward them better with NFTs itself, right? And the third one is basically Galaxy Vote, enables communities to leverage credentials and credential-based NFTs on snapshots to build a customized governance system. So this is pretty straightforward. And if we scroll below, Galaxy Credential Api, which is developers can utilize credential data from their off-chain applications to build Web3 LinkedIn, guilds, voting infrastructure, Sybil attack prevention algorithms, etc. So the developers who are using the credential data from their off-chain platforms can basically build a Web3 version of popular softwares and apps such as LinkedIn, guilds, voting infrastructure, as well as other algorithms that prevent Sybil attack in order to kind of better utilize the Web3 functionalities, right? And the next one is Galaxy Credential Oracle. So developers can query credential data from smart contracts for customized on-chain use cases such as credit scoring, liquidity mining boost, allow list for I know or IDO, etc. So what else can developers do? They can basically query credential data from smart contracts and act as a customized on-chain use case for credit scoring, for developing credit scores, liquidity mining boost, allow list for IDOs and INOs, and so on and so forth, right? So lots of application using credentials. So Galaxy ID leverages Galaxy credentials and acts as a Web3 LinkedIn. Galaxy ID can be users' universal username that will represent their multi-chain or multi-wallet identities in Web3. So one of the problems in the current Web3 ecosystem is that a lot of people's identities are not really available, or you can't really use your identity because there's no real identity querying system. But Galaxy ID, what they try to do is they're trying to assign a Web3 based identity system which you can use anywhere in the Web3 in whichever chain you want, and it will basically link you to your particular wallet, which means you can, if you have a better credit score and your identity is known, you will get a lot of benefits and perks, and that will definitely benefit you in the long run, right? So those are some of the main applications of the GAL tokens, as well as some of the components through which the Galaxy platform works, right? So the project has raised a total of 10.16 million US dollars from 2 rounds of equity investment. So that's pretty straightforward. The equity backers are expected to receive a total allocation of 20.77%, which the project will use for their for the development and ecosystem building. And the project also raised $15 million through public sale on CoinList, where 5% of the GAL tokens total token supply was sold at $1.50 per GAL token, right? So this is pretty interesting information, because it will give us an idea of what the token price would be immediately after the Binance launch, right? So as of April 28, 2022, which was since yesterday, the total and maximum supply of the GAL tokens is 200 million tokens, and the circulating supply upon listing will be 35.1 million tokens, out of which is about 17.58% approximately of the total token supply, right? So it's pretty cool to know that about 20%, close to 20% of the total token supply will be in circulation. So key metrics that we already saw before: token type will be in ERC20 as well as BEP20 tokens. The initial circulating supply will be 17.58% of total token supply. The maximum supply is 200 million GAL tokens. Binance launch for allocation is 3 million, which is 1.5% of the total token supply. And the start date for Binance launch pool is 28th of April or 29th of April to be more accurate, right? So if we scroll further below, they have a lot of other information, including pictorial visual representation of how the credential data network works. And if you scroll further below, you can even see some of the token allocations within the distribution, right, for the token. So if you see, the growth backers get 10.63% of the total token supply. Growth backers 2 will get 10.14%. Binance launch pool is 1.50%. Early adopter rewards is 2.0%, as well as ecosystem rewards is 4.5%. CoinList public sale was 5%. Teams get 15%. Advisors get 6.23%. Marketing 15%. Foundation reserve is 10%, and community treasure is 20%. So it seems like the distribution is quite diverse, and it seems like the team is getting 15% of token supply. Let's look at the token release schedule, which is the most important section, right? So if you see the linearity of token release to the team members and advisors is pretty linear till May 2025, after which about 6.88% of the tokens are already unlocked for the team and 6.23% for advisors. So after that point, it seems like there's quite a bit linear increase in token allocation as well as unlocking schedule for the team, which kind of peaks out at July 2028. So it seems like the token distribution and release schedule is kind of organic and nothing really suspicious or concerning here. So this is pretty good, right? So if you want to read more about this project, I recommend you guys to go through the Binance research page, which has tons of information about this project, along with the links to their website, newsletter, documentation, explorer for BEP20 as well as ERC20 tokens, right? So if you go to their website itself, which if you go to galaxy.eco, which is their website, they have a pretty cool dark theme website. I really like the logo on the top left corner. So create new experiences with Web3 credentials. So you can access the campaign section or the build section, and they will be live in Binance on May 5th of 2022. And here are the social media information that you can use to be a part of their community, right? So I have 342 ecosystem partners, 2,500 credential-based campaigns, 1,700 credentials used, and 1.4 million Galaxy ID users, which is pretty cool. You can find a lot of information on the website. You can basically see application modules, Galaxy Credential Oracle, Galaxy Credential API. And if we scroll further below, they have on-chain credentials for subgraph queries for different chains. Up to 7 chains can be done, which is what they're showing here. And off-chain credentials are for Twitter, Discord, and GitHub that we already discussed before, right? So if you scroll below, you can clearly see some of the NFTs that they have. Looks pretty cool and very elegantly done. And they have a Labor Day planking challenge on Gateio, but you can go through that by yourself. So it's pretty interesting nonetheless. So if you scroll further below, Galaxy News, they are available on multiple, they are available to be read about on multiple different news media outlets. If you scroll further below, you can get a lot of latest updates from subscribing to the newsletter directly, as well as access their other information, including information about their docs, as well as career and the social media information as well, right? So pretty robust and straightforward website and platform that provides a lot of information about the project, right? So going to the coin market cap page, this token doesn't really have a kind of like a listing on any other exchange. It's in fact Binance listing will probably be one of the first exchange listings that this token is going to get, which means you won't really have a lot of short-term price expectation, because usually when a token gets listed, it doesn't necessarily get listed on major exchanges. And I think if it doesn't get listed on major exchanges, there's a good chance that this token could perform well after it gets listed on a major exchange, and therefore the hype is extremely high. But it seems like since this token is already getting listed on Binance right away, the hype is not going to be as high unless this token gets listed on Coinbase as well, right? But as we saw, they did mention about the token price being $1.50 for one of the public sales, which could give us an indication of what this token price could be. So it seems like this token could possibly be either trading at 1.75 to 2 to $3 per token, and maybe it can go as high as $5 to $7 per token depending on the market conditions. And I think since the overall market is quite down, the crypto market, it won't probably go that high initially. Maybe it can go as high as $5 per token if you're lucky, but I think it can easily trade at a fair market value of 2.5 to $3 per token, in that range, right? But again, that's just fully speculation, not financial advice. But when it comes to the overall listing categories, I feel like after the Binance listing, the token will definitely get a Gateio listing, and that will definitely make this token a really good token to buy on not only Binance, which is also a popular exchange, but Gateio, which is also a really cool exchange to buy low market cap gem tokens before they get listed on major centralized exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase, right? So if you don't really have a Gateio account, I suggest you to use the link in the description to set up a Gateio account today, so that you can not just get some really good gains, but you can also get a 30% trading fee rebate on any trades that you make by exclusively using the link to sign up, right? And by using the link to set up a Gateio account, you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank in advance. So apart from Gateio, I think a lot of other major exchanges can potentially list this token, which includes Huobi Global and OKX. And obviously KuCoin will also be a really good exchange that will list this token easily. A potential Coinbase listing is something that we need to see. But what's my short to long term price prediction for this token? I think for short term, this token can get at least a $2.50 or even at the bare minimum $2 pricing for the short term. But in the long term, depending on how much advancements that they make with their credentials, and if they actually do bring up an actual Galaxy identity for the Web3 ecosystem, that will kind of determine their price potential in the long term, right? I think this project definitely has a good future. That's one of the reasons why Binance has chosen to list this token right away with a launch pool launch, right? And I think the long-term price potential could be as high as $10 or maybe even $15 per token, which is probably going to be happening in the next 3 to 5 years from now, right? But again, that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors. You guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.